Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I want to welcome you, third years. Welcome everybody else. Welcome my stage. I'll introduce everybody in a second. But welcome to the, I don't know how many transition ceremonies here. Dr. Kathy Hickey, who's here representing WSVMA, said she thinks she was the first class to do this particular ceremony, and that was what, 12 years ago? 12 years ago. So this might be the 13th or something like that. Anyway. This is really an exciting ceremony. As we said, this is sort of the culmination of the whole process that you guys will go through to prepare for jumping into the clinic, which is like tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And it's really just recognition of, a lot of hard work over the last 3+ years, or however many years you've been working at this, lots of years. And also to, just express our appreciation for what we have to look forward to, and that's you coming into the fourth year. We lose our present seniors, which the downside to that is they're already on autopilot, right? So we don't really have to just kind of point and then just kind of do it. And you guys, will take you a little while to be on autopilot, but it'll happen. But we get, we lose the seniors who are focused on other things. They need to, right? It's a big day for them this weekend. And we're getting a high level of excitement, and that's really neat for us. And I tell you, that's kind of what keeps us going. Clinically, is because we have this influx of energy that happens about this time of year. And as I said yesterday, we waited until like the absolute nicest day of the year to put you then inside for another period of time so we can sit here for a while. And happy Star Wars Day, by the way. So lots of people to thank, but just want to give you a note that the number on the back here, keep your cards, because the number on the back is some sort of a special secret code that has to do with your phone. You'll get a phone code, so that you can call out of the VTH when you're calling clients and things like that. So that's part of it, I think, probably. It's got a number, don't throw it out. If you throw it out, if you lose it, we've got backups, but it is something that you're going to be using, okay? So again, I want to welcome you. Oh, this is the 9th. So how could you be anyway, okay, all right.
That's right, I'm not as old as I think I am.
That's right. And I want to introduce the folks that are on the stage with us today. We're really privileged to have everybody up here today. On my immediate left is Dr. Kathy Hickey. She's representing the Washington State Veterinary Medical Association as its present president. And then we have Dr. Annie Chen, one of our clinical neurologists, and she'll have a few words to say. And we have Dr. Doug Jasmer, who is the Associate Dean for Student and Academic Affairs, and I'm sure you all know Dr. Jasmer. We have an empty chair. It's supposed to be Dr. Kerry Rude, representing the Utah Veterinary Medical Association. He's going to connection, but we do appreciate it. He may come running up at any moment. And then we have our Dean Slinker, Dean of the college, and sitting next to him is Dr. David Ard. Dr. David is representing the Idaho Veterinary Medical Association as the present president. And believe it or not, Dr. Ard was a student when I was a resident here in the early 90s, okay? So I'm not going to date him, I'm just dating myself, right? Okay, so I'm really pleased to have him here today. And then we have Dr. Steve Parrish, who is going to reflect, so Dr. Chen and Dr. Parrish are going to kind of reflect from the large animal, small animal side. Just, again, welcoming you to the clinic, and what does it mean? What are we going to be looking forward to both for you and for us? So I'm going to ask Dr. Slinker to come up and share a couple of words.
Welcome, everybody. Enjoying the heat today. Enjoy it while it lasts till tomorrow. As I look out over all your smiling faces, I'm having a hard time getting some calendar images out of my head. We won't call anybody out specifically, Kevin or Cody or that's great. And Zara, the photographer. This is a really great time for you. I'm sure you're filled with some trepidation, but this is the year you've been waiting for. Remember that. It's the year you've been waiting for, where it all starts coming together. And you're going to learn a ton. There's going to be a lot more to learn when you leave, but one of the things we want you to know is the faculty you start working with now, that you've been working with up to this point, they're going to be there for you after you leave as well. So this is the year you start cementing those relationships learning from them now and setting up to learn from them in the future. And it won't be a perfect year. We won't promise you a perfect year, but we'll promise you that when you head out of here, you're going to be a preferred graduate of the WEMU program and Washington State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. So you'll get out of it what you put into it. Your faculty are here, the staff are here to really support you. You're going to work really hard, and you're going to love every minute of it, almost every minute of it. So with that, welcome to the 4th year, and know that we're really proud of you, and we'll continue to be proud of you.
Yeah, I want you to know that when I first did this like 9 years ago, I didn't have to wear these. Now I do have to wear these. So I want to go ahead and introduce Dr. Parrish. Parrish is going to give you a few words from his perspective. Dr. Parrish, actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but he's actually retiring this year after what, I don't know, 40 maybe some years. He was here as a faculty member when I was a resident. Again, I'm dating everybody here, right? But he's really been, an institution within this institution. We really appreciate all of what he's done for us and for this program. Seen it grow from just a couple of faculty members up to where we are now, and from a student size of whatever we were back then, up to what we have now. So I really wanted him to give his perspectives, not just because he's retiring, but because he gives a great perspective. But like I say, I really do appreciate Dr. Parrish.
Obviously, I'd like to echo the words of the Dean and just welcome to the 4th year. It's really a great experience. I remember my 4th year start, and I was scared, really. I mean, I was totally incompetent. I knew that. I couldn't remember anything, it was bad. Anyway, representing the large animal faculty, house officers and staff, obviously we want to welcome you to the activities of the senior year. Hopefully you all have a great experience, regardless of what your interest is. The big take-home point is just learn. Every case you see, you will learn something from. It's a time, obviously, to learn and apply what you've learned 4 years. I mean, in the last 3 years, I know I get those comments, well, you didn't tell us that was supposed to be on the test. That was on the last test. Well, now it's the time to obviously remember everything since your first day of the freshman year and be ready to apply it. I mean, it's amazing how it will come together. Not only here in the Veterinary Teaching Hospital, all the other activities you're going to do in this senior year, the preceptorships, the SIPes, working with other veterinarians, just gleaning everything you can, fully knowing that you're not going to know it all by the time you graduate. I mean, I was reading a paper yesterday and I learned something new. That's my goal for the last 43 years, was to learn something new every day. I mean, and that's the fun of being a veterinarian is the, if you're a mechanic, you only learn how to change spark plugs once maybe, but a veterinarian, we can learn something new every day. I'm always reminded what veterinary medicine is to me. I mean, it's a technical profession, as I just said, putting in catheters, giving shots and things like that. I mean, it's also a scientific profession. We've all learned this incredible base of knowledge over the last years of pre-vet and through the veterinary school. And the one thing that we forget is it's also an art. To be able to simply look at an animal and through experience that you'll gain here and beyond here, to be able to basically say, I know what's wrong with that animal. All I got to do is just look at it in the eye. I mean, we do with that cows all the time. Bright and alert, responsive, dull and depressed. I mean, you got it all figured out just like that. Anyway, be open to all. I mean, even if your interest isn't in a given area on a block rotation, learn what you can. You will learn from people here. They're a great group of people, the technical staff, the house officers, and certainly the factors. And above all, I kind of go by this statement, and you hear me talk about dogs and cats and stuff, even though I don't know much about them. But there's a thing I always like to say, and I would encourage you to keep your ears and go this way, is that mammals are mammals, and they can only get sick in so many ways, and it'll take you a long way. So anyway, congratulations on being here. Let's have a great year. Thanks.
Thanks, Dr. Parrish. What if it's a marsupial? Uh-oh. Well, anyway. So before I introduce Dr. Chen, I was remiss because I haven't thanked people that really need to be thanked. I want to thank BCU for setting up all this sound and all the work that they do. I want to thank Student Services big time because obviously they're the group that's organized all this and will continue to organize you through this entire program until we leave, at least until you get over to the reception, okay? So I really appreciate that, and they've also helped me in a great way because they gave me all the pronunciations for some of your very difficult names as we get into that part. So I want to introduce Dr. Annie Chen. She's one of our clinical neurologists. She, again, well, she's I don't know what you call it, but she's always smiling. She's a spark. She is a spark, within sometimes a very dull place at times. So I really appreciate her perspective. She's very exciting to be working with. I have enjoyed working with her over time, and I know that you guys are going to really enjoy her when she's on clinic and the rest of the team. So, Dr. Chen.
I'm a little short. So I find it really, I'm only 5'2", come on. It's kind of strange I'm up here and not lecturing neurology. This is such an exciting time for you guys to be here. It's an honor for me to be here representing the small animal faculty to welcome you guys to the hospital. I have to say today is a day of mixed emotions. We're so excited to have you guys with us, but at the same time, the students I have right now on clinics, every day this week we've been like, this is the last time we're gonna be doing this together. This is the last time you'll see an MRI at WSU. So it's definitely a lot of mixed emotions, and in a year you guys will be there, and hopefully you'll walk away with a lot of memories, a lot of proud moments. I'm not gonna lie, fourth year is tough, There's gonna be times where you're gonna struggle, it's gonna be hard, you might shed some tears, which is normal. It's stressful, but ultimately, like what Dr. Perry says, you want to get as much as you can out of your fourth year. This is the year for you to make mistakes because we're all here for you. You want to take every opportunity to learn. Somebody asks you, hey, do you want to try something? Even if you've never done it before and it seems intimidating, go for it, right? I mean, if you don't get it right, it's okay. Somebody is there to help you. We're not going to let you make mistakes, at least drastic mistakes in your patients. We want you to be here to ask us questions, right? We're here for you. It's a teaching hospital. I think as a fourth year student, when I first started, I was intimidated, just like all of you guys, probably most of you guys. And you're kind of hesitant to step in and ask questions. And there's probably opportunities of learning that I missed. And so take every opportunity to take on those cases as your own. We want to know what you're thinking, learn as much as you can. And then ultimately, have lots of fun, right? You're only in your fourth year once. I was talking to the students, it's kind of funny. I wasn't sure what I was going to say here, and Dr. Darnell, I said, they need some wisdom, so that I surveyed the fourth year student on the rotation, and surprisingly enough, they all said, wow, it goes by actually really fast. And there's just so many opportunities that they've taken on that they wish they've seen more of, and so really, really just seek that moment. There's some funny things actually I told them I would mention to you guys. There were wisdoms from them. So one, they mentioned to eat whenever you can, because you may not get a lunch. And so if it's 10 o'clock and you have a moment to eat, just eat your lunch. So that was one. The other advice was to always have 2 pens, because somebody's gonna steal your pen. And then it's okay to steal somebody else's pen too. So just make sure, just grab it whenever you can. And then the last one is there's free ibuprofen in pharmacy. I thought that was funny. So if you have a headache, you're aching, go to pharmacy, they'll give you free ibuprofen. I want to welcome you guys here. It's such a wonderful time, and I hope to see you guys at graduation in a year and we can celebrate the moment. You guys are representing WSU, so it's important to put kind of your best work forward, and you want to finish the fourth year and be really proud of your work. So congrats.
Thanks, Annie. Appreciate that. Yeah, when I was in practice, probably about my 4th or 5th year, I found myself, if I didn't necessarily know the answer, I'd start kind of making things up that sort of made sense. And after a while, I started to believe my own dogma. And then I was adamant about it, no, and how come you do it this way? That's what keeps us excited about it. And we do appreciate that. So the reason that we invite our representatives of our state associations is, many good reasons. But organized veterinary medicine is very important to us as a college. It needs to be very important to us as a profession, because if we're really going to survive, long-term and sustain what we have created in this profession, it really takes, whatever we call it, takes a whole village to raise a child, right? It does take, an organization to help us with that. I mean, we have the AVMA, that's our big parent organization, but there's an awful lot of activity that happens at state and local levels, and sometimes even regionally. It's also an opportunity for us in the profession to bond with other veterinarians, again, in our region, in our state, in the nation, and come up with solutions to problems. And that's one of the things that our state organizations do. They serve a huge role, but at the same time, we struggle to know, well, how should I be involved? Should I be involved? Where is this for me in my profession? What value is it of? So I've asked them to be here today just to share a little bit of perspective about why has organized veterinary medicine been important to them in their careers, and to kind of get you guys thinking about that, because it's going to be some decisions that you're going to make, not necessarily this year, but certainly by the time you're graduating, you're going to be making decisions about how involved do I get in my association, and why should I, and why is that important to me? So this is just an opportunity for you to start thinking as you're starting to think about all these different clinical aspects, focusing toward that exit door off the stage at graduation next year, okay? So first I want to introduce Dr. Kathy Hickey, again, representing the Washington State Veterinary Medical Association for some perspective.
I'm short too, but I wore heels. That wasn't exactly what he told me to talk about by email, but we'll wing it. Okay. You guys look great. So I have to know my audience, right? So I need to know how many people have seen the movie Moana. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, for those of you that don't, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about our state organization, but our state organization also wants to realize where you're at, and right now you probably could care less about us, and that's okay. So we have some advice for you I wanted to share, and I won't go into too much detail, but I've decided that you are Moana. So you have a calling, right? You have a dream. You're going to go out there and do it, and you'll fall off your boat, and life will be tough, but stick it out. And I'm not going to repeat what everybody said, but it's great advice. Try new things. I milked a horse. Who knew horses could be milked? But I did that in vet school. It was cool. I'll never do it again, but it was fun. So, try those fun things. And then I've decided that the College of Veterinary Medicine is Maui. And I felt a lot like that analogy of the whole drinking from the fire hose you guys have heard before, about all this information, and you're just like, seriously, you keep giving me so much information, thanks a lot. And they're over here singing, you're welcome, you're welcome. And it was, but now I say thank you, because I got a lot of information and it made me a better vet. So as hard as things get this next year, whether it's good or bad, the pets you lose, the clients you can't please, the cases that just plain suck, do it now, because it's going to make things way easier next year. Trust me. What else? I decided that the clinicians are sometimes like the chief, and sometimes we don't like them. Am I allowed to say that? Or they challenge us in ways that are hard. And I would challenge you to be like Moana and still show them respect, because I don't know that I want their job. Teaching is hard work, and you start all over every year, so try to be patient and understanding of that. And my two more analogies. For those that have seen the movie, there's the little hey chicken that's not super bright, right? And Pua the pig. I think that's your neighbors, so don't tell me which of your neighbors you think are like hey, because that could be insulting. But it's like middle school sometimes, these rotations, and people feel like they're working harder than other people and nobody's helping, and I have the sucky cases. Be kind to each other. If you have a lighter day, come in early and help your buddies with their patient care, and they'll do the same for you. It's just too hard to try to get through this on your own, so when you have an easier day, try to help your friends. The last thing, which I guess is why I was supposed to be here, our state VMA, really, we're like Tafiti. So for those of you that have seen the movie, Tafiti has her heart, and I think the heart is our passion. This profession is a passion to us. It's not just a job. And the WSVMA really truly feels like our job is to safeguard your passion and your profession. So we're here to watch out for you, particularly legislatively, if things are coming up that could affect animal welfare or small businesses or veterinarians as a whole. We're going to jump in and do what we need to protect things for you. And we've been doing that for the last 3 years, and you just may not know, and that's okay right now. And we're going to still do that next year, and you may not know. So by the time you guys are done, it can be the best environment for you. We've also stalked you a little bit. We buy you pizza, we come and talk to you, and really we're just trying to make a connection to know that we're here. So know that the WSVMA and all your other VMAs are here for you, and I highly would encourage you to get involved. I got suckered into joining about 9 years ago, and I've been on the board of directors that whole time. I'm rolling off this year, and I'm really sad to be leaving because I have met some of my best friends through this organization. I learn about things in our field I would not know about otherwise. I get to be active and proactive in helping us, and so I would highly encourage you when life slows down to look at getting involved and joining. It's really an awesome thing, and some recent studies actually showed that people who are VMA members are less likely to have suicidal ideation and less likely to be sued. So, how can you complain about that? With that said, I've never spoken in front of such an awesome group of people, and I'm wondering if you'll do a Go Cougs selfie with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go Cougs! All right. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. I want to copy that picture. You thought I talked fast. Oh my gosh. Kathy, I know, well, okay, if I give or take. Kathy brings a lot of energy to WSVMA, so it's greatly appreciated. I want to introduce again Dr. David Ard. David practices down in Lewiston, and what about 105 today, or what down there? Must have been. It's 80 here. Only 90 down there. Okay, so I've asked again him to come up and kind of talk a little bit about what the organized veterinary medicine has meant to him in his profession. Thanks, David.
So we didn't get free ibuprofen when I was a senior.
It's free now. Must be much harder.
Well, there's a lot more information. And the second dog spay I ever did in junior surgery, Dr. Durnell was the resident in charge of us lackeys, and I couldn't find the uterus. Turned out the dog was a male pseudohermaphrodite. Just so you know, that's where my life's going. You guys have built strong relationships, friendships, working relationships with many of your classmates, and you will with clinicians in the clinic and as you go. These relationships are important for you guys as you grow and develop as a veterinarian as well as a person. It's easy to get into a busy practice life and stop connecting with people in the same way. It's really easy to kind of funnel down and just do your day-to-day thing. That's where organized veterinary medicine comes in. Like the AVMA, the IVMA, your smaller local organizations. Ours is called the NIVMA, the North Idaho Veterinary Medical Association. It allows you to connect with your colleagues in an informal setting. You get to know the veterinarian across town, shake their hands, find out maybe all the rumors aren't true. They're your competition, and it's good to get to know them in a friendly manner. It's nice to talk with somebody that experiences the same things that you guys see and has the same experiences and that kind of stuff. It also sets up a platform. So you're more comfortable connecting with those people later on. It's a lot easier to call Bill or John across town and discuss a case when you laid the groundwork, set the foundation up. That's really important. There are issues all the time developing for veterinarians in veterinary medicine and veterinary practice. Common issues. Kathy alluded to a few of them. have to do with people performing treatments restricted only to veterinarians, lay people that just want to do what we do without a license, large corporations trying to skim off some of the more lucrative areas of veterinary medicine. These types of issues will affect you. Your organizations are there for you. They're there to help you. As a group, our voice is much stronger and will be taken more seriously. That's really important. Involvement in organized veterinary medicine can be as simple as just showing up to a few meetings, or it can be as involved as becoming an officer, like us. And so we've been around for a while, at least a little while. We don't expect you guys to go out and jump right in and become officers, but go to some of the meetings. Develop some relationships with some of the people in your area. That's pretty important. Veterinary associations allow you to give back to the profession, and most importantly, it gives you a platform to affect change in the profession. What we do is important. You guys are important. Get involved. It's really important.
Thanks, David. So, you've gotten all the perspectives, and you got a lot of perspective yesterday, I'm sure, and your eyes are glossed over from all the perspective we gave you yesterday and today. So now we come to it. This is sort of like the culmination of this event anyway, where we're going to recognize each of you. And so Caitlin's going to organize you to come to the stage, and then I'm going to try my best. Now I seem to have lost my name. Okay, well, I'm going to do my best because my notes are gone. Anyway, so I will apologize in advance for mispronouncing some of your names, hopefully very few, but I'll do my best. Okay, so if it sounds somewhat similar to what your name is, at least try to respond, okay? And I appreciate it. Again, I apologize up front. Let's get my glasses and do this right. Okay. Anyway, so as your name is called, come up the stairs and then come across the stage, and all these folks are going to welcome you and congratulate you, and welcome to the 3rd year. Okay? 4th year. All right. 9th and maybe last time I do this particular thing, right? All right. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. Brittany Abdullah. Sitara Alahan. Alicia Anderson. Joni Anderson. Caitlin Anderson. Stacy Anderson. Kendra Antonides. Allison Atwell. Garrett Ballou. Marshall Bell. Annika Benedito. Melinda Benitez. Ryan Bertucci. Melissa Board. Megan Bohannon. Melissa Boyer. Robert Bradford. Bree Brandt. Cassidy Briggs. Garrett Bronick. Kelsey Brown. Cody Cano. Maria Clodius. Carrie Cobb. Chelsea Costello. Cody Kenrelge. Catherine Crouch. Ken Dawson. Stephanie De La Schmoot. Sarah Deutsch. Heather Dohenren. When? What's that? Hey, it's not on my sheet. Heather. No? Are we out of order? Thanks, Heather. Sorry. Okay. Morgan Feist. Okay, now we're back in track. Carrie Fennedy. Melanie Fitzhugh. Helen Florine. Emily Ferret. Christina Garza. Kevin Gavin. Chelsea Gilpin. Caitlin Gowans. Geneva Michelle Grave. Claire Guinness. Megan Hackney. Nick Hall. Jared Hamilton. Emily Hamden Smith. Gerald Hansen. Jared Hardaway. Alexandra Harvey. Ryan Healy. Rachel Haggadas. Zena Hemmen. Adam Herman. Corey Hines. Anna Holman. Kayla Ho. Hugh. Kayla? No? Kelsey? Kelsey Hoklum. Hannah Hutton. Okay, I don't know my pronunciations for Emily. Emily Akabuchi? I'm close. Okay, good. Thank you. Emily Johnson. Kyle Johnson. Devin Karchner. Aaron Keisner. Samuel Kirby. James Kershishnik. Lance Kidder. Allison King. Jennifer Knudsen. Casey Larson. Joel Larson. Jessica Levy. Chelsea Linehan. Michael Long. Derek Lowe. Laura Maylard. Victoria Martin. Lisa Martinez. Richard Matheson. Lauren Michaud. Colin Miller. Jacob Miller. Jenna Moline. Jordan Nesbitt. Jessica Nielsen. Jonathan Ogden. Haley Olheiser. Sarah Packenbush. Jennifer Parker. Audrey Parks. Cassandra Pattison. Patricia Palos. Amanda Payne. Renee Peterson. Julie Podmeyer. Melissa Primitivo. Caitlin Quessenberry. Kirk Ramsey. Trevor Redden. Michelle Reinelt. Rachel Ribbenberg. Hannah Robertson. Hannah Rodriguez. Courtney Roller. Michael Sandstrom. Jessica Scher. Lane Schmidt. Jessica Schneider. Michael Schneider. Elizabeth Stoller. Eric Stoll. Kelsey Stoner. Cherish Summers. Sharon Tang. Anna Toribara. Shelby Turnbill. Kylie Van Maren. Laney Vaught. Eric Walker. Melissa Webb. Katie Welch. Tara Whalen. Haley Williams. Jennifer Rowe. Thomas Wirtz. Lisa Yaman. And Shayla Zeal. All right, well, let me be the first but not the last to congratulate you on what you've accomplished thus far and to welcome you into the fourth senior year, which will be a very exciting year for you, and I know it'll be exciting for us. Before we give the final applause, just to let you know there is a reception with food up in VTH 140810. That's to commemorate not only this event, but also just to thank you and congratulate you for sitting in a room yesterday and today and all this other stuff, because we appreciate that. All right, so again, thank you very much. Again, thank for all the people that put this together, and welcome. Go get them.